right. All right. All right. Hello.
Hello, welcome to Adam and Kate plus hate. I am Kate. Welcome, welcome.
There's good. There's gonna be some hate tonight. There's gonna be some genuine hate tonight.
we're gonna get into some hatred. Towards well, we'll get into it. But how you doing? How are things? How you feeling?
Doing okay. Shut up. My tablet. I don't know how to turn it off. I'm officially an old. Good week overall.
Are there volume buttons on the side?
There might be
If you
this.
pull down from the top, is there um of the screen? Because like other phones will do
There we
that.
go.
Or
I found it. Thank you. That's
see,
power
collaborative
off,
problem solving.
and you helped me turn the damn thing off. So good.
What can I say? I am the tablet whisperer.
The tech whisperer.
I spent a year in a program, sort of like City Year, attempting to teach computers to middle schoolers. Uh,
Well, considering who you're dealing with, I think that they're not too far apart with the distractions. That helps. Uh, I don't know, but the week, one of the outdoor kids, cats, Lego. She brought her baby up, and I texted my wife about stuff we were doing. I said, on a side note, Lego's baby is here. It is hissing at me, but it's not making sounds, so I named it Side Note.
you named it what?
Side Note.
That's good. I like that.
Uh, Other than that, normal week, just trying to get through stuff, getting ready, sectioning stuff off to sell, sleeping, Muay Thai. Got a comedy show tomorrow night in Greenville, and
Nice, nice.
just chilling. How about you?
Love it. Doing all right. I've been pretty low energy this week as I continue to deal with like weird health problems. I will not burden you with the details, but it is unpleasant. But other than that, went and saw Project Hail Mary in theaters again.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So sell me on this. I keep hearing it's nothing but an amazing movie. It's like the movie of like the century so far. What the fuck is this thing about? I have all I see is like Ryan Gosling talking to a rock alien, and I like that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I also like to. What have we been listening to this week? I listened to the audiobook this past week, like the whole thing, um, and it was really really good. So in this movie, they discover it like it is like set like modern day, if not like a little bit, maybe a couple years in the future, but not much. Uh, but they discover this like something or other is traveling between Venus and the sun and is slowly dimming the sun's energy. And they discover that this is happening to a lot of nearby stars, except for one. Called and so the name of the movie comes from this like Project Hail Mary, which is we are gonna send three astronauts on a one-way trip to this other star to figure out why what is happening to our star and all the other neighboring stars is not happening to that one. Because the alternative is that the sun gets too cold and we all die. Um, Ryan Gosling wakes up with like memory problems, like presumably from the being like in in medically induced coma um, for a number of years on his trip out there, um, and has to figure out what's going on and why he's there, and also like quickly discovers that he's the only one that survived the trip. So it's just him in this spaceship. His memory comes back to him. He remembers why he's there. Here he remembers that like it's not just anything that's dimming the sun. It's actually like a uh, some sort of microorganism, like a bacteria that uh, is breeds in the CO2 rich atmosphere of Venus and goes to the sun to feed. And while he's there orbiting this other star, trying to figure out how he's going to figure out what's going on, he runs into an alien ship, and it turns out they are there for the exact same reason. And for, uh, however, the alien on that ship, who he eventually names Rocky, he's also the sole survivor of his whole crew.
This
Um,
is, so this is turning into like a save the world buddy comedy
Essentially, yes.
in space.
In space.
That's awesome.
It is. It's so much fun. Like it is. It is. I like stories where the conflict doesn't come from like people fighting with each other, either like you know, literally or figuratively, but comes from like having to work together to solve a difficult problem. And so like it's a movie that you just kind of watch it and you'll believe in the power of friendship and goodness, and that people want to help each other even when those people are aliens.
Hell yeah.
It's yeah, it's a really it gave me it made me feel a lot of hope. It gave me a lot of emotions, all of them positive, if sometimes a little bittersweet, but yeah, it was really good. Um, so I highly recommend it.
All right. It is something that is on the watch list like that. And this movie coming out
It's
called,
the it's the same. It's based on a book. Um, the same guy who wrote that book also wrote The Martian, which was made into a movie starring Matt Damon a few years ago.
okay, I remember that one. Did not see
Yeah,
that.
that's another movie where like another story where the it is like people trying to work together to solve a problem rather than like that's the main engine of conflict in the story. Um, so it's something I really enjoy. It actually makes me think of like when I was a little kid and like I wanted to play like games with my friends, and I have this one core memory, right, where I had these like toy robots that I thought were really cool, and I brought them to school one day, and my friends were like, yeah, we'll play with these, and they just immediately started like fighting with them, and I was like, no, I thought we were gonna like play a game where we figure out a problem to solve. We were gonna work together to no, but we're just like they're just smacking him into each other, and I did not like that. It was, and I felt very alienated from my friends.
The like that is something that is on the watch list or something to watch. Project Hail Mary, not the Martian. The movie I'm wanting to see more than anything else that's coming out is a movie called Is God Is.
I saw a poster for that. Tell me about that.
All right, so my better half is into a lot of exploitation, black exploitation movies, 60s and 70s. Wild that people are still into that to begin with, but like good depth of knowledge. So from her, and I've watched a ton of movies because of her from that genre. Some of which I've been like, yeah, this is great. And some I'm like, oh god, this is fucking awesome. And this is looking more towards those lanes. It's a revenge story, as most good exploitation movies typically do have a good some sort of revenge, either a social or spiritual or economic, or just good old fashioned. And it is with about two sisters going to kill their father. And that's really all they've given away. And it looks
Okay.
wild. There's a lot of religious themes, there's some cult themes. Fire is a prevalent element that you will see repeated in the trailer, which means that's probably a very big part of it. I believe one of the sisters has some burns from a fire, but I think fire is a much bigger overall arcing theme that's going to present itself once the movie's out. But that's a movie I'm really into seeing. And what's the other one? We just saw the trailer today. It's an A24 movie that's not as pretentious as they usually are. And it's with Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton and Seth Rogen, and who's the other one? Who's the other one in that movie we're gonna watch from A24? Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, Edward Norton. Olivia Wilde. It's called The Invitation, and it looks like it's going to be this insanely dark. We're looking for another couple, but I think it's going to go in more of like maybe a not necessarily a good times kind of way, but it looks like it's going in a very dark direction, and it just gets weirder and weirder. Like it's lighter, but I have a feeling it's going to be one of those very dark movies, but it's going to be a very dark comedy. So those are the two that I'm looking forward to, and Project Hail Mary. So like I'm going to see 3 movies this year, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice. um, man, movies are good. I used to, um, before I got hit with this like long COVID thing I've been dealing with, I used to go out like to the movies just by myself on a regular basis. And I want to do more of that this year. It's it's nice to go do a thing, just take yourself out on a nice thing.
For me, it's a coffee shop and a pastry. So when I'm working, so that is like
Mm.
that's my little
See,
my
I
little
would love to do more of that, but like I worked in coffee shops for a long time, so it's it's too triggering for me.
let's see. All right, what do you want to get into today?
Um, well, I thought I would tell you about I went to see uh Converge and Poison the Well last night.
All right, tell me everything about it, uh, good and bad.
Absolutely. So I got there not too long like I thought we had gotten there in enough time, but it took longer to park than we wanted, and the venue it was at was the Fillmore here in Philly, which is like a very like professional run venue. Um,
Big acts, like big acts, big label acts kind of venue.
yeah. Like the big thing on the marquee was that like Band of Horses will be there next month or something like that. Uh, if you remember that band. Of horses.
Yes, I remember Band of Horses.
You remember that band of
I was in
horses?
Western North Carolina with a beer living near Asheville. Of course, I remember that band. I'm never gonna not know about that band.
I remember trying to get laid in the early 2010s. Of course, I remembered Band of Horses. Uh,
Yeah, I've been to pottery and hiking too. Do you know any good vegan restaurants? All right, I'm good.
nah, dude, I totally love frozen yogurt. It's so much better than ice
Oh, I love your homemade hummus.
cream. Remember that? Move, get your life together, man. Move to Philly. Get like, mo- get a loft. Get 4 or 5 roommates. Start some sort of hummus company with them.
Oh,
uh,
Jesus.
anyways,
Band of horses.
so I
Band of
got there
horses.
later. Band of Horses, the Fillmore. I got there later than I wanted to, which means that I didn't catch all of Balmora's set, which I was bummed about. But I caught like the last 2 songs, but they fucking killed it. And then after that was Spy. Spy, I think, su- fucking killed it too. Unfortunately, um, the venue very clearly did that thing where the sound guy EQ'd the whole thing for the headlining acts and wasn't gonna fucking touch the board for come hell or high water. So like they sounded real bad. Like you
Oh no.
like really couldn't hear the vocals. Like couldn't really hear the guitars unless they were the only thing playing. Like primarily what you heard was like bass and drums. And like now granted they're a band that has like a pretty solid low end to them, so like kids were still moshing, still going nuts, but like it just bummed me out that they got done dirty like that. I'm This is my first time catching them for whatever reason. They've been around plenty, but I think I mentioned like long COVID thing means I can't get out to every show that I want to go to, um, just from an energy like perspective. So I'm hoping to catch them in like a smaller room That like and Balmora, I would love to catch when they come through again in a smaller room, without a fucking barrier crowd condom, either. Uh,
Yo, speaking of Spy, they're a band that I listened to like the first full length, maybe first EP, first full length, and I just kind of forgot about them. Is this gonna be the year that they finally pop? I feel like they've been not been given their flowers overall. They've put out solid material, gigantic tour, but I do not hear anything about them. So is this their year?
I fucking hope so. I hope this tour, like, I hope this tour like gets them a bit more, like some more eyes on them, a bit more heat, because like in a lot of ways, like they're doing stuff that's like not that far afield from like Drain or like stompy, moshy, fun, hardcore music. And so I would love, I hope they pop, like, because there's no reason for um like with stuff like because I think they belong in the same conversation as like Drain and Gulch and like some of these other acts that like are doing well or did well, right? Like, Gulch is no more, obviously, but like, yeah, I don't understand why they haven't popped as much, but I really hope this is like the year for them. Um, I'd love to see them do like a headliner, you know, and yeah, because they're they're really fucking good.
I just want to give Spy some flowers. Like when the talking about post COVID, those first two records came out just
Yeah,
around the time of COVID, just like right after the pandemic started, or like the middle of it, and they were a sound that like I would have been into in my teenage years. That fast, just relentless hardcore. So like if you were a fan of like I don't know, Trash Talk with their first couple records, or even up to like Eyes and Nines. Like I feel like Spy would be a band that you need. This should be mandatory listening. But
yeah,
so I hope they pop. I really do.
yeah. Like it's like thrashy in the right ways. It's like it's stompy. It's fun, dude. Like it's a good time. Um, so I'm really hoping that this tour does something for them. Um, but then next up was the Almighty Converge. Grab this shirt um, from them, and they had a really good set list. It kind of like career spanning. They dusted off a really old song, Conduit, and dedicated it to Bo, which gotta say made me tear up a little bit. Jake had some nice things to say. Um, and yeah, that is a band at like obviously they've been around for decades at this point. Like I don't have to tell anybody that they're a fucking machine. Um, they were so good. Like came out and like Spy was really fucking good and like but Converge came out and smoked them and like those kids are like half their age and like like um like now granted it was like Converge's show and whatever but like yeah like Converge just came out and like they're an absolute force and it incredible. There was a one thing happening though that I was not happy about, which was like so like a bit I was pretty close up to the stage and like I was far in my mind I was away from where the pit was happening, but a like smaller push pit kept happening directly next to me. And I don't ever want to be around a push pit. It was oh god. And there was this guy, you see those people at hardcore shows and you're like, why are you here? There's just like not like he's wearing like a Patagonia jacket, like just looking very much like he's usually like he works in an office somewhere and would doesn't understand subculture. Like just look like finance bro adjacent. And like he kept like being sort of in the push pit, but like always exclusively all the way off to one side. So he's like half the people that he's pushing into are like just people standing there. It was obnoxious, and I really wanted to punch that dude. Um,
It's like low. It's like the lowest level of crowd killing.
yeah, no, very low level of crowd killing, like very much like, oh, you don't get out much, do you? You don't understand how these things work, do you? Um,
Yes,
you're gonna
let the
tell
hate
everyone in the
flow.
office on Monday morning what a wild time you had at the metal show. Um,
Let the hate flow. Let the hate flow. Let it out.
I just look, I understand, like, and this is part of the thing I dislike about these sort of big rooms is that, like, when I go to a show at the church and it's tiny, like, I haven't been going to shows in Philly long enough to like know everybody, but like I see the same people on a regular basis. Like I have people that I like, friends that I see most at most shows I go to. Like everyone there like understands the assignment. And then you go to these massive places and like that community element is gone. So, yeah, there's a lot of like active rock fans, I would say.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
bro, I'm getting married next week. This is my last time to get sow my wild oats.
Very much. uh, a lot of frequent visitors to Adam's deck.
Ha! Shout out Hans and Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love her. I just don't know if like I should move. Is this right? Can I get a blue moon with an orange
She really
slice?
wants kids, bro.
But I don't know. Like I want a dog first. uh, oh Jesus.
Anyways, and then so after Converge was Poison the Well. They were super tight. They fucking crushed, like, but I kind of, and we were talking a little bit about this beforehand. I kind of walked away from seeing them, like liking them a little less. Like I was like, oh, this is the progenitor of big room metalcore. Like it's them and Bleeding Through, and
No,
and
no. We all know Atreyu invented metalcore. Give credit
you're
where it's
right.
due.
My apologies to Atreyu.
Shout out to Hob and the Mistake for making an amazing record about them.
What really?
So, all right. So, Hav from 18 Visions
Mm-hmm.
and Godhead currently, he was in a band called The Mistake, and they put out a record that has a song called Rotten to the Core. And I feel that the whole record was written around this one song, but it's about rock star attitude and hardcore. Because, I mean, they're all from Orange County, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just a very fun, fuck you, fuck your attitude, fuck this image you're projecting song that permeated an entire record. And if anyone gets a chance, check out the band The Mistake. I believe it's on a CD that has the stuff that was split with Carry the Casket, and then they had Fuck What You Heard, which was on the only full length they did that Hellfish put out. And some of the names escape me, but I just want to talk about The Mistake. You gave me a shot to talk about The Mistake, so I wanted to let people know about them. So I thought they were a great band and never got like the attention they deserved. So thank you for
um,
that.
no, you're absolutely. But the thing that I disliked about Poison the Well, the reason why I say like I walked away from it liking them a little less, and I still like that new record. Like I like that band. It was just like they all had in ears, and it was like just really like polished and pro, and like um, you know, and as the like I went to that show to see Converge. Like if Converge wasn't on that show, there's a decent chance I wouldn't have gone. Right? Like I've missed the last few times Poison the Well came through. Because it just was like I like them, but I'm not spending $50 to go see them. Um, yeah, Converge is like incredibly tight, super good band, but like that is a gritty band, and that was not the case with super polished and like whatever. And I don't want to shit on things too much because it's like some things just aren't for me. But yeah, like I want some grit. I want some dirt. I want to be reminded that this genre that we're into ultimately comes from punk when I go see
It's
it.
I still need. You look. You can be dusty. You can be a little dirty. That's fine. But like, don't be. No, I get that. When I saw March 1st of last year, when me and my BFF for L, also named Adam, I'm not speaking the third person or like another personality. We went down to see Foreign Hands, uh, someone else, Pain of Truth, and Counterparts. I wanted to see Pain of Truth. He wanted to see Counterparts. It worked out very well. We both were into Foreign Hands. We missed most of their set, unfortunately. It's very similar to your time with the show this past weekend, missing part of Balmora. And same thing, Pain of Truth. Between the two, dirtier sounding. I know they had like their wireless stuff and they had like really nice gear, but there was they were fun, nice crowd interaction. Like this was the hardcore band on the whole thing.
Yeah,
And then Counterparts went up, and granted it was Atlanta, so like Atlanta always has its own weird little flavor for stuff, just like Philly does as well. But
yeah,
if there were more college age kids at that show than I expected.
okay.
And like the olds were like people that I'd seen at shows before, like, ha, we're gonna go sit in the balcony. Yeah, like, why are you gonna sit in the balcony? Fucking mosh. Is the hard concrete not good enough for your hokas? Like, let's those spin kicks.
Yeah,
Apologies. Sorry, Hoka.
parts is one of those like I know. Like, I'm as far as I understand it, like, all those dudes come from like just straight up hardcore scene, but like that band is like in that uncanny valley hardcore world that like I don't fully understand.
they're if I think they're that this is how Adam sold me on them. He said, "Hey, you like Shy Halud?" I'm like, "I fucking have a Shy Halud tattoo. I better at this point." He goes, "Hey, you like Misery Signals?" Absolutely. You like Seven Angels? Yep. Do you like Canada? It's all right. Well, put them together. I was like, "All right," and then I started paying attention to him.
Yeah. I like the dude's other band, End.
Yo, yo, can we get a new End record soon? That last LP was good, but not as good as the debut.
I don't know, man. That last record was really good.
I wanted more Eden Will Drown songs, and I did not get that on that record, but I got it on the. That's where, all right, so like Slick versus Dirty, that first
Hmm.
End record, and that song they split the. Oh fucking who they did a split with for was it Cult
Uh,
Leader?
1 second.
I feel like it was Cult Leader.
It was.
Sick, hell yeah, yeah. I wanted a full record of Eden Will Drown. That's what I wanted on the last full length, and I just didn't get that. It wasn't bad, but it was like the difference between Vane's first LP and their second LP. And I thought, okay, I still enjoy the shit out of it. Don't get me wrong, but I love that first End record so goddamn much. Oh, it's so pretty. Hell yeah,
And it's also got some of my favorite band and artwork. Of course, my ring light is reflecting off of it,
that is pretty sick.
but yeah, no, I hear you. I really on that new End record, I really liked that like super industrial track
It's number
that
four,
that was on there.
track four.
I think so. Of course, I could look it up.
you
But
you
why
are
would
the
I do
tech.
that?
You are the tech master, the tech whisperer.
the I was
What
that was a terrible joke, but
back.
anyways,
Did you get anything else? As you got that shirt, what did you get? You pick anything else up at that show?
I did. I got a poster. Um,
Hell yeah.
it's you can tell it's foil. It's shiny.
It's gorgeous as hell. I love that.
Yeah, this is I swapped out a different poster to put this one in a frame because I don't have enough frames at the moment. Because I just needed it up immediately because it fucking rules. Like this rules. Um,
That is a pretty fantastic. Was that 24 by 36? If I had to guess
yeah,
dimensions.
yeah. Um, so yeah, they had the design on a shirt too. Thought about grabbing that, but I thought it looked better on the poster. Um, yeah, but it was yeah. The show was all in all sick. I'm super glad I went. And man, I hope I get to see now that we know that Converge has another record coming out this year. Uh, I
Oh,
understand why their first tour of the year was not a headliner. Um, don't die.
have you heard the new single from the new LP? Or that's the forthcoming LP.
Yeah, I have. It's really good. They played it live actually last night, which you could probably guess, but it's really good. I'm looking forward to hearing the whole thing. I saw in the press for it that they're like, oh, like we initially were like, we're going to put out a noise rock record, but that never really came together. But you know, Converge's take on a noise rock record, which this sounds like it's going to be, I'm really stoked on because I am a sucker for Unsane and bands like that. So, but yeah, so far, if it's like if it's a record full of like you know the sort of like grungier, doomier, slower stuff or mid tempo stuff that they do, I'm looking forward to it. It should be sick.
I like the faster stuff myself, or the insanely complicated stuff, but the slower, dirgier, stoner, doom, sludge adjacent stuff that they play. I can do a couple of those songs here and there. A full record. If they're going to do a noise rock, it'll probably be shorter songs. I suspect
Yeah,
more than just the long songs, but
yeah. Either way, I'm stoked on it. Like, I'm sure it'll be rad. you know?
it's they've yet to they both the headliner Poison the Well and Converge. While I may not have my favorite records by them, there are both bands that have never really disappointed me in any real capacity, be it live or on record. Even if I'm like, I don't get this record, like I don't like it as much as, and then years later I switch up my preferences. I think it's cool that like you said, if that's the opening Converge tour, that's their opening volley of dates. What's a headlining tour look like for them? Like who's going with them?
That's a good question. Because when they headline, they tend to want to like bring out bands that they are about that they really like. So at this point, I don't know. That does remind me though that some account on Instagram is like publicizing a fake tour and like of Neurosis, Converge, and Poison the Well in Indonesia. And like,
That would be really sick.
yeah, I my first initial response was like, what? That's wild because like Neurosis was like the only date that we're scheduled this year is the Fire in the Mountains festival. Um, but then like I'm assuming Aaron from ISIS Sumac from the Sumac official account just commented on it like this is not real.
Okay, good. It would still be sick though.
Yeah, but like it was just really funny. Like the account is just like this is happening, and it's like not like April Fools or anything like that. It was very strange. Um, in terms of like fake content to get interactions, a fake tour like that seems like a bizarre thing because it's not like they're not saying it's fucking like Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars co-headliner. Like
Put Ed Sheeran on that tour though. He opens.
Ed Sheeran opens for Neurosis.
Conversion poison the well. I wonder what the Venn diagram is going to look like with Ed Sheeran fans with at least one of the other bands.
Wasn't Ed Sheeran supposed to do? Wasn't he supposedly working on a collab record with fucking Cradle of Filth?
All I know about Cradle of Filth is they have the one T-shirt. Uh, that
Every every person with like unwashed long hair and a leather trench coat in my high school had that Cradle of Filth shirt.
and that like being in the band is a nightmare because they're constantly having to like get new members because Danny is apparently and people thought Dave Mustaine was like, he puts Dave Mustaine to like, oh, he's a little puppy.
Uh, yeah, I've heard this dude's a prima donna, um, which like I can't say surprises me for a fake black metal band. Um,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Danny,
I mean,
Danny.
not that I'm here to like. I clearly get out in the sun too much to be able to comment on what is truly cult or not. But like, Cradle of Filth is
This is true black metal, guys. Hate to tell you, this is the face of new true black metal. People can yell at me about agriculture. They're the fucking truth. I love the shit out of that band. Uh, I just
Well, I was having some folks at the show last night, and I were talking about agriculture. Um, I would they're the next Death Heaven, and I think they're better. They're
I will
at the
agree.
very least more interesting.
I will also agree with that. I like the first 7 inch from Deaf Heaven, the demo first 7 inch, and I like Sunbather, and I like a few songs off other records. But if those songs don't add up to all the agriculture releases and songs that I like, there's like two agriculture songs I skip between all their releases. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I think my favorite Death Heaven might be New Bermuda. Um,
great opening song. Great opening song.
like I really like that record. I mean, I like Sunbather as much as everybody else did. Like, it's really good, but yeah, I saw that. The only time I ever saw Death Heaven, I think, was on when they were still touring on Rose to Judah. So
Boring. I'm bored. Boring record. Turn it off. I'm bored. No more. I, yeah, Deaf Heaven fans can get mad at me. I thought that was the most boring piece of music that came out that year, and I listened to Sleep on half speed. So I don't want to hear that that was a good release from people, or get at me in the comments. I don't care. It's fine.
I mean, that was one of their early ones, though. No,
Yep, that was the first. That was the first Death Wish release. That was their
okay.
first. And that's when they had like Oathbreaker and like Rise and Fall and Ludax
Can
and
we talk about Oathbreaker and Rise and Fall for a second?
yeah,
I don't have much to say other than I fucking love both those bands. Um, I love both those bands. Oathbreaker is it like they're playing some shows this year.
shit, they're playing again.
They're playing Prepare the Ground up in Canada.
Yo, I haven't heard of them doing anything for like the last I don't know 7 or 8 years. And you
No,
saying
they've been on hiatus. They haven't done shit. Yeah, they've
that
been
made me
like doing
very
other
happy.
projects and like that. But like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, they're playing a show this year. I hope this means we get more stuff from them. Like, it very. I'd love to see them. I never got a chance to like when they were active. So, um,
Give me an EP,
but
at least an EP, something.
something. I would love more material from Oathbreaker. But yeah, they're playing. Have you heard of Prepare the Ground?
No, this is like when you sent me Fire in the Mountains. I had no idea what it was. So
Okay, let me pull this up.
and Rise and Fall, yo, into oblivion,
Oh, mm,
into oblivion.
our cycle is vicious. Like I don't know if I can pick a favorite. Rise and Fall record. I love all of them. Like there was a period of my life where I listened to like nothing but Rise and Fall and Cursed.
Did you smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day by chance?
I was still very straight edge at the time.
Every
But yeah, I was just like, well, everyone around me, like, it was when I was living in Europe, and like everyone around me like loved like As I Lay Dying, and like shit like that. And I was just, I was like, I need the opposite of this.
going back to the dirty conversation from earlier. Both those bands, fucking
Yeah,
gritty, so
yeah,
good.
like, yeah. Um, all right, so Prepare the Ground. It's in Toronto. Um, when it's just, I'll just go through the lineup here. You stop me if there's anyone you want to talk about. All right.
All right,
All right. Um, Amon Ra, Blood
that was my
Ceremony.
Amon Ra would be cool. Since they were my homework, uh, that would be cool to know that they're. I'm curious to see. I hope it gets filmed. I'd be very curious to see what that's like.
Yeah, they're incredible live. I saw them years ago with Neurosis and Converge. Um, so I missed them last time they came through. I hope I get to see them again. But Blood Ceremony, Blood Vulture, Burner, Cease, Conjurer, Dear Evangeline, Dog Whistle, Final Gasp, Habak. Habak is a band I think you'd absolutely love. Um, it is right in the vein with what was the band you gave me for homework a few weeks ago?
Millhouse,
No, before that.
Moro.
Moro. Yes. If you like Moro, you love Habak.
All right,
Um,
send me a link when you get a chance.
I will. Hell's Other People, Indian Handcrafts, Catherine Moore, The Keening, Low Heaven, Malevich, Minsk, Miesmore, Oathbreaker, and they're performing Rhea in full, which is cool. Um, or Nasi Pazuzu. Is that, yeah, it's one act. Okay. Um,
Do you know about the story of Pazuzu?
no.
All right, there's a long documentary, but I'll sum it up. Back in Winston Salem, this is back actually when I started going to shows in Winston Salem when I was at Oak Ridge Military Academy because I was a terrible child, terrible teenager. I heard about this guy. He was this dude who really thought he was a demon, ended up killing a couple people, ended up being a real big deal, and Vice did a very long documentary about him. But yeah, Pazuzu was like it. He was like a kind of a boogeyman that you would hear. Get in to the show after the show, get home. Pazuzu might get you, but yeah, it's a
That's wild.
and he had a party house, like a crazy, like you can shit on the floor, you can fucking piss in the sink, you can break a bottle over someone's head, you can shoot heroin in the bathroom.
Oh.
Like it
I
was a
remember seeing like clips from that documentary when it came out
like
and
I
being
would not,
like, I don't want to watch that. It's going to put me in a bad headspace.
but that guy, I guarantee you, we had run into him or had seen him at shows at least once. It's almost like just because of the small nature of Winston Salem
Sure.
for shows and shit. But I guarantee you, I've Silas. I guarantee you that I have at least been in the same room with him, but well before the stuff. But yeah,
That's
that's
wild.
and Pazuzu's a demon in Christian lore. He's also a demon in Christian
Okay.
mythology. So
Take your word for it. Pallbearer, Portrayal of Guilt, Pretty, Sarah Sloan, Stygian Bow, Svalbard, um, first and last North American show. Whoa.
who Stygian? Who's first and last American show?
Svalbard. You ever listen to them? They're like Euro metal. They're good. I like them.
First and last. So they've never been over to the U.S. before, or
I'm guessing.
the continent, I guess.
I'm guessing that's what it's saying here. I know that they're like calling it a day because they've been around forever, but first is crazy. I'd have to look that up. I feel like I've seen them like on tour posters. Toma Room, Torch. You ever get into Torch?
I tried. I tried. A lot of my friends were into them. I bought the couple of the records off of Robotic Empire. I think that's where I got them. Uh,
Neanderthal.
and the 10-inch before it that got
Yeah, yeah.
repressed a million times. So yeah, I got those. I think if I even revisited it, I go, I still don't think it's for me, but I understand why people like it. They're a tight fucking band, like, but I don't think it's
They
for me.
played they got on one of those late night shows, and they were like one of the loudest things that has ever been on that show. And like
Late night
the
show.
clip of it, like either like Jimmy Fallon, like one of those.
You can't see my
Yeah,
expression if you're listening, but my jaw is agape, and I'm questioning reality right now.
right. Um, and but like the video of it for some reason is no longer on YouTube. It's like just been taken down. It's like it ceased to exist on the internet. I have no idea why, but it was incredible. All right. Tribunal, Unholy Altar, Unwell. Sorry, this is UUGGHH. um, Vig, Vig, dude, Vig, dude. I don't know. I've seen another band I've seen on various things, like on a poster, but don't know how it's pronounced. Never really listened to them. Let's see. Finish this out. William Basinki, Witch Club Satan, Wreckmeister, Harmonies, Yellow Eyes, and more. Uh,
Portrayal of Guilt's a weird one to have on that.
Not really.
Well,
I think
I'm
they
thinking
fit perfectly in with this stuff.
old first LP put Portrayal of Guilt. I think would not make sense, but considering what the new record sounds like in the last couple, especially Devil Music, I think yeah, you're probably right about that.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of that weird like underground metal, like dark black adjacent stuff. I've seen like. Do you ever get into? Speaking of cursed, do you ever get into Burning Love?
Yeah, I enjoyed them.
Yeah, I really like that project. But like they reunited for this fest like last year, which like getting Chris Callahan to like reunite an old project is like takes some doing. Um,
Man's always moving forward,
but
never looking back.
yep. Did you ever get into Sect, by the way?
I want to
His
say
current project?
I've heard it. I know there was a Flenser 7-inch, and I want to say I'd heard something else, but I know I'm getting them mixed up with like two other bands. So I'm gonna say maybe.
Worth a listen, man. I might just
Isn't
give
Jimmy
that to you as homework this week.
isn't Jimmy from Undying in that? The guitar
Actually,
player?
might be. I know it's members of. It's the drummer from Fall Out Boy. And it's like members of like Earth Crisis, and it's a super group. But give me a second here. Here it is. This is their latest.
That's pretty sick artwork. I like that. It's very
Yeah.
80s thrash metal, very 80s hardcore and thrash metal to me. It matches the record as well. I like that. What label is that?
But who are they on? Southern Lord. Makes sense.
Ah, okay.
Oh, and one of the weirdest things that's happened to me. I don't know how common this is. It's something I've actually been wanting to talk to you about. When I ordered that record, it came in the mail with another record without a slipcover. Just I hadn't ordered it, and it just showed up.
Who is that? Santiago?
Satyagraha. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so I all right, so yeah, I'm gonna tell some people some record label secrets if that's okay.
Please.
So if you are buying records from
Is this just
like
them shifting dead stock?
that's actually every label shifting dead stock. That's all it is. It's like or it's stuff that like, we ordered X amount of jackets and everything, and then we have these extra copies of just the record itself and maybe a slip, and that's it. And we I don't know what to do with them, so they just send them out. It's like yeah, I've gotten some cool stuff. I got the from A389, I got the Bellicose Minds and Sister Fawn that way, and I really enjoyed both of those records. Those are the first two that come to mind. Revelation used to send
That's
a lot
cool.
of flexies and random stuff as well. Uh, yeah, I really like a lot of that stuff. So I like when labels do that because I
So
found
I
sorry,
don't.
go ahead.
I was just saying I don't order a ton of records, so like I don't know how I didn't know how common that was. I was just like, I didn't order this.
No,
Cool.
it's always a cool thing to get stuff like that. I love I if I especially if I've never heard of the artist, I will put that on first and go with the first two songs. I'll know if I'm into it or not. And you know, I'm gonna give a homie a shout out real quick. Um, there's a guy named Ampsock that does a lot of custom artwork for people. So let's say you have a bunch of test press that you want, like, hey, can you do something and just whip me up a sick ass cover? He'll do that. Like the dead guy that I had on mail day a couple weeks ago. He designed that thing. The Sky Came Falling super special edition for to forever embrace the sun. He did that one. I've got some test presses I'm gonna get with him about that. I would like to get some really cool covers instead of that plain white cover. So he's someone who like does a lot of cool stuff. If you got test presses that need cool artwork, hit up Ampsock. Like just hit the dude up. He's quality work. It's shout out him. That actually gave a really good. That was a really cool way to shout somebody's cool shit out. So that was a very nice little
That's awesome.
fun fact. Um, so let's before I get to my mail stuff today.
Well, I want to tell you about Millhouse.
Yes,
You assigned me Millhouse as my homework from a few weeks ago. We didn't get to it last week for obvious reasons, but I really enjoyed it. I definitely understand why no one gave that band their flowers, and no one understood it at the time. It is it was a they're a weird band doing weird stuff that I don't
it's
think anyone else, especially at the time, probably knew what to do with. Um, but um, very sample heavy in a way that I wasn't fully expecting. Like it went like a lot of stuff from that era went heavy into movie like samples from movies and stuff, but like this went a step further than I was fully expecting. They are a band though that I wonder like did the name hurt them at all? Like cuz it's a band called Millhouse. Now like my when I hear Millhouse I think of the Simpsons character. And then the name of that record was it Something in the Milk?
obscenity in the milk.
Obscenity in the Milk. I had to Google it. It's like an obscure literary reference. Fuck, what's the dude's name? Was looking at his books today in a used bookstore. Hemingway. It's a really obscure Hemingway reference. Like, I wonder if that hurt them at all. Because if they sound like, if you told me a band called Millhouse put out a record called Obscenity in the Milk, and then asked me who I thought that band would be touring with, I would tell you like Pavement.
No, that's a fair answer.
You know what I mean? Like, what does that band sound like? I'm like, yeah, probably like, I don't know, probably something weird like Guided by Voices, right? Like maybe Silkworm,
Rocket from the
you
crypt.
know, but but not that band, which was like doing like sounded way more like stuff like Seisha than I was expecting, you
like
know?
I always thought they sounded like a mixture of Sunny Day Real Estate and the guitars, and like the weirder side
Mm-hmm.
of New York hardcore at the time, uh, metallic, the weirder side of metallic New York hardcore, and maybe like Florida, and then mix in some really atypical grind adjacent stuff into it, and then some of the harshest vocals, especially for that kind of music, and just a desperation behind every single song. and like weird, like I got to get this all out, or I'm going to lose my goddamn mind, insanity from everyone. It's just it's a. I find it to be like a damn near perfect record from that era.
It's super cool. It just like sonically, it sounded it's like something that should have been on tour with like Orchid and Page 99. But like like as far as I could tell from like googling, like not bands that those they would have been around. Right? Am I crazy?
No,
I might
I
be
think that
revealing myself to be a pose dog here, but
no. This was like so that label that they were on, Wreck Age and Exit. They put out a lot of the stuff that I like, the weirder stuff that I liked, like Yupicide and Indecision. Even though they weren't a weird band, Trip Face. They put out the Madball, Drop Many Suckers CD. Sons of Abraham. They put out the Sons of Abraham LP, Millhouse record. I know I'm forgetting a couple more, but that was like if you were in the more experimental side of stuff, you were going to that label. And like I don't think it ever. Oh, Silent Majority. They put out the Silent Majority record. So like they were
okay.
clearly they were probably one of the most progressive sounding labels, the most progressive sounds at the time. And I really enjoyed.
But they sounded like a band that should have been in Richmond. Is my point.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Sometimes I don't pick up on things. uh, yeah,
You
I'm
know what I
glad you liked it.
mean? Like I really dug it. So I should probably assign you homework. You want to listen to that band Habak that I told you about?
Or do you want me to do sect?
Report back to me.
Heback or sect?
Um, I I say flip a coin. Do you want to do Chris Callahan or not Chris Callahan?
I will do. You know what? I'll do not. I'll do not this time around. Just because you said I would like this band if I like Moro. I am looking for a new band, not to replace Moro, but another band to go in that lane for me. So I would, yeah, it doesn't veer too far from what I'm into, but I'm also I like stuff in like that weirder, dirtier side of things. That's what I like in hardcore because the punk rock.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Sect is like also in that obviously in that lane. It's a it's a southern they're a Southern Lord band. Like it is that you know um stadium crusts sound, but Habak is I
God, I
believe
love
they're
that
from
term.
Mexico and stadium crust.
Yeah, I love that term
It's
so much. It's so cool. It's such a good fucking
it's so funny.
identifier.
It's a great descriptor because like, but I feel like sometimes it gets used as a bit of a pejorative. But like, I fucking love Coliseum. You know,
Yo,
I
before
loved a lot of those bands.
let's talk about Coliseum for a minute. Let's talk about some of Louisville's underrated heavy hitters. I never thought that I would get into that band. I only got to see them one time, and that was with Napalm Death, Trap Them, and I want to say it was Toxic Holocaust. And Coliseum
That's a
was the
lineup.
Coliseum was the opening band, and this is at Ground Zero in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and like the second iteration. Uh, Not a lot of people there, kind of a bummer. And Coliseum played. They had the last wave was the 7 inch that came out on Death Wish, and then like they might have been reissuing some of the old records, the God Damage, and I think of the other one at the time. They played like they were if they didn't, they were going to get drug out of the street and shot. They played with such fucking intensity. Like they were mad at the people that were there enjoying them, and it was one of the coolest. They were so good. They were so good, and like I wish that like that band got a
That
little
rules.
bigger. But they were aggressively fighting the crowd. And even they were like, "Oh, this is really awesome. Oh, you think it's good?" It was just so it was so intense,
Did I
and
ask
like
your opinion?
yeah, and it was they were very good, and I think that's
No,
another
I'm saying I
underrated
like
band.
you. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, fine. I like this,
Yeah,
but I don't
that's
like you. But no, they were. I think like
They were a band. I feel like at see if this makes sense. Let me know if this makes sense. At a period of time, I feel like they were fake big, like, but at the same time, like, never really got their flowers.
they were. They. I think they became unfortunate merch band.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunate merch band, and like
I think more, yeah, more people like repping their merch than actually like enjoying their records. But there's a lot of that. It was a similar thing with Cursed,
you think.
where there were like unfortunate merch band where like people were like, "This looks tough as hell," because like yeah, Cursed's merch does look fucking tough as hell. Um, but like I don't. I think I fell into a similar trap where like a lot of people like were repping them, but like didn't listen to them, and like it also may be like Curse. Like I think in the long arc of history, like Curse now, like people are just like, yeah, bands rules. But I think at the time, at least the sense that I got was that there was an unfortunate merch band thing that happened to both
I
Coliseum and Cursed.
I can attribute one thing to Curse that which I'm very happy for them that this happened, but they ended up being on one of the Tony Hawk games and the soundtrack.
Did they
Yep,
really?
it was
That's
one of
wild.
the. I think it was Proving Ground, which was the one that they were in. I'm pretty sure it was one of the last ones that came out, but they were on it, and I think that might have attributed to some of those T-shirt sales. But where I was going to shows when they were coming up, there was maybe five or six people that liked Curse, and they were like they were about it. So I didn't see the plethora unless I went to like a big fest or something. So I think that
There
might have
was
been like
a there was a thing there was a thing that happened in like I want to say like the early 2010s when like Southern Lord was really having a moment. But this was like post like Cursed had already been broken up for a couple of years at that point. But there like Southern Lord was really having a moment, and there was a lot of bands like Baptists was a big one at the time, and Young and in the Way. And who else was part of that?
Black Breath.
Do you remember the era I'm talking about? Black
Yeah,
Breath.
Black
Yep. Black Breath
um
is sick.
Martyrdod with
Sex Prisoner. Yep.
Dysphere.
Yep. Can't have a crust thing without a disband.
Fant, by the way, was also that's when they switched from being
Yeah.
metalcore to that lane.
Uh, yeah. And I think in that era, there was like, and then like Trap Them in Coliseum and Cursed, I feel like was like, I don't know. I feel like I'm talking in circles.
No, there was that was a sound like that was like when you talked about this band they sound like they'd be on this label like that was when like label sounds and like we're
Mm-hmm.
still really that you could still say that's a Death Wish band without knowing like if they're on Death Wish like it sounds like they'd be on that label like that's when you talk about Southern Lord's moment, you could tell that bands that whoever it was, you could go, oh, they sound like they fit in or they're on this label. There weren't a lot of atypical ones, so that was when there was still the idea of
Yeah.
a label had a sound, which we don't really have anymore, which kind of sucks, but
No.
it's also
Like
kind of
to a
awesome.
certain extent, like yeah, to a certain extent, like there are bands where I'm like where it's like but before I know what record label they're on, I'm like, this sounds like it'd be on Closed Casket, or this sounds like they would be on Triple B, and I'm usually right. Um, but yeah.
Let's see. Oh,
Ugh.
mail. I'll do my mail real quick.
Please, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. So
I'm just not.
I guess I'll go in alphabetical order. Yeah, I'll go in alphabetical order. So yeah, it's still right. Jesus Christ. So first thing I got was so we have talked about this band a little bit uh off air, maybe a little on air. I just put a bunch of sleeves on shit, so I'm very happy about it. But my favorite weird label, other than Brutal Panda, which you introduced me to, of current labels, the Flenser, Crippling Alcoholism,
Yeah.
Camp Girl. It's their it's the reprint, but that Portrayal of Guilt, funny enough, put out the record initially. and this is what it actually looks like. That's the club edition.
Oh, that's dope.
Um, it is weird, moody, not quite death rock, not quite goth, not quite proggy sort of stuff. It's they're one of those bands like it's. I can throw a bunch of labels on there, and it's not really going to describe it good enough. I just if you like dark brooding music, this is worth checking
Which
out.
I
They got a
do.
record. Uh, Full length will be coming out on Flenser as well. And hopefully they'll repress the other records because I'd like to get them without spending an arm and a leg on them. Second thing, and this was the
I know that record Cam Girl was like on a lot of people's year-end lists last year. So
and I missed it
I just
altogether.
have not gotten around to listening to it. Did you really?
It's it 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 was I was really surprised. So I'm really glad I got it. Next thing is this is something that you and I talked about very beginning from the first or second episode actually, and before we even started recording. I finally got my copy of this. Crush Your Soul, Ice Water, which
Hell yeah.
I think it's still for the year. It's still in my top 10 as far as everything that's come out musically, and I'm taking that all genre. It's still in my top 10.
Same. Same.
Got the
Same.
Blue Ice. It's not better than Mind Force.
Ice water.
Ice Water. I still want to know that intro sample so bad.
Feels like I'm living twice as harder.
this
I
this
love how heavily his accent comes through in his vocals. It's so good. It's
and it's
so good. It's so perfect. No
and it's
one else
more
but him could pull off the like. Feels like I'm living twice as harder. No one on earth but him could pull off that line and make me be like, fuck yeah.
Yo, Jay's voice,
I'm
like
like, yeah.
his voice is almost better on this than Mind Force for the aggressive side of things.
Yeah.
But I'm still team Mind Force. But yo, as a great record. And then last but not least,
It's so good.
you actually got me into this band as well, so I went ahead and bought a copy of it. Uh, Killing Pace, HCPM, which is the full length.
Hardcore punk music, I think is what it stands for. Found that
Yep.
out.
And this is the copy that I got.
Hell yeah.
So, and they did one other cute little thing that I'm very happy about. I'm a sucker for an Obi strip, no matter what. And they gave me a Obi strip with the record. So if I ever want to take it out, if I want to show the full art, I could. But I got a cool little Obi strip, and like surprise record for me.
Nice.
Surprise record of for me so far this year. And thank you for showing me that for as far as like new stuff that's come out for this year. Pretty
Yeah, totally.
pretty stoked.
It fucking rules.
Dirty, aggressive.
It's punishing. Like I put it right up there with like for me almost right up there with like Nails, frankly.
All right.
In terms of like just like punishing heavy hard music, like it can be a difficult listen, you know. I'm not like but it's fucking rules.
Like Nails, Scarab, and I'll say Melnick era integrity riffing. All Out War would be a good one if you like All Out War. This is a good band for you. This was it. It was a surprise record for me, so I'm glad I got it.
Yeah, I'm stoked. That rules. I think I told you I caught them with Scarab and Brain Tourniquet.
Yeah, you told me
a year or two ago.
Yeah, you told me in our back and forth. Yo, Brain Tourniquet, fast and a lot of fun. People should listen to them more.
Yeah. I think they're a 3-piece too, if I'm remembering correctly.
I'm going to agree because I don't know.
But yeah, I got a hat from Brain Tourniquet, which I love. It just says just a dad hat. It's just his brain tourniquet on it. It gets questioned sometimes. They're like, are you what?
Like I want the agriculture dad hat that just says agriculture. Like, oh, is that what? Yeah, I'm really into farming this season. Uh, I just want to prove it matches my Carhartt perfectly. Comedy, we're doing it.
Just really, I'm really passionate about farms.
I got stock in John Deere. Let's see. Yeah, dude, this is like I know we sent a lot of stuff back and forth this past week, and I don't remember any of it. The only other thing that
I
I
don't
think
either.
I remember one. I remember one thing I sent you. I remember one thing I sent you, and I'm gonna give my homie Grant McCracken a quick shout out over at Bitter Melody Records. A Knife in the Dark LP. Uh, that's one of the only things I know that I
Oh,
sent
I
you.
I did listen to that. I gave that a listen. I gave that a headphones listen this past week. It was really good. Um, I I didn't give it like headphones in like listen, but I was also doing other stuff, so I wasn't like fully concentrating on it, which is how I end up listening to a lot of my music since I work at like a desk job where I can't completely tune out the world, unfortunately, the way I'd like to. But really good.
Uh, North Carolina band. For those that don't know, if you like '90s metallic hardcore, which is all the rage right now, just buy it. Just go to bittermelodyrecords.bigcartel.com, get a pre-order. The test presses are sold out. It's reasonably priced. Grant's a good dude, great label. While you're there, you can pick up the Fiore and you can pick up Serrate, two more North Carolina bands that everyone should listen to. So shout out Grant Bitter Melody and Knife in the Dark for making like uh it's like a compilation and some new songs and finally all redone in the way they want it. So it's taken like was they said it's taken like up to like 4 or 5 years to get this done. So they finally got it done, and
Mm.
it's a crushing record. So I think that might end up being in like my top 10 of the year, depending on what else comes out this year. That scratches uh 17 to 22-year-old me's need for metallic hardcore come all the way down the line. So it's a great fucking record. If they do nothing else, that's perfect. That is a the culmination of everything, and I really really like.
Sorry, I was looking back at other stuff that we've sent each other this past week,
No, no,
and
good because I can't.
mm, some great pictures of your cats.
Yes.
But this was something you sent me that I didn't have a chance to look at. Time to Kill Space, Celebrity Murders.
Oh, okay. So that was Artie Philly from Millhouse, and then later Indecision. That was his follow up band, and it's a
Oh,
very
that's right. Okay.
it's that really more punk hardcore punk. Not it's dirtier, faster, uh, unrelenting. Uh, they only put out the one LP, but goddamn, it was good.
And I'm sorry, I feel like there was a mistake in there. You said he was in what band?
Uh, Indecision and Millhouse. Oh,
I don't think he
I
was
see.
in Decision.
That's right. You're correct. I apologize.
I don't.
I apologize.
I don't think that happened. It was Tom, and
That's
then
right.
and then and then they
They broke
stopped
up.
being a band,
They broke up. Yep.
and then they broke up, and then they came back as Most Precious Blood,
And then they broke up again.
and then they broke up again.
The short one wants to fight me. He's real mad at me. Because I have friends in other bands. Weird. Meow. I didn't do the lamb goat lawyer commercial, so I'm not gonna get shit for that ever. So I'm happy about that. Uh, just throwing shit out there. I'm gonna get an angry DM in like 2 years from this, so it's gonna be awesome. No, I will not play chess with you.
5 years later.
Just be it. So this is the hate portion of today's episode. There's been a lot of shade thrown out there on this episode. It felt very cathartic.
oh, I didn't get a chance to get on this, but fuck, fuck a crowd barrier, fuck a crowd condom,
All right, yeah.
fuck that at a hardcore show.
So, oh yeah, that was the actual topic of what we were gonna do tonight too. Uh,
I
so
mean, I think it went as well as it could have, being that we entered into this originally being like, I don't know what I want to fucking talk about. I'm exhausted.
no, how many
Yeah,
shows like
no, that was the one thing that bummed me out about seeing Converge at that venue, was that like there's just like a perma barrier, and it moves for no one. I think, man, hardcore, like the thing that's always been cool to me about hardcore is the fact that like at the best of shows there is no real separation between band and audience. Like it is part of like it, it is all part of one thing. There's like an energy feedback loop that occurs between a band and the audience, like playing off of each other's energies. And when there's a barrier and like a yard of space between like the front of the stage where the audience can stand, so that like a bunch of fucking chuds can stand there looking mean into the audience holding flashlights. It robs. Am I wrong? I say this as someone who
no,
I know works as
no,
security at a
yeah, I know.
venue.
I am one of those chuds. I do have a flashlight and a gun. No. No, you're no, you are right.
Which one threw the bottle? Take him out.
Tango down. I should go put in my earpiece right now. I have it over there. Um, they hurt my ears. I'm not wearing them. Uh, so like I know we both got to grow up with shows that weren't like in big places, in big space, in like gigantic comma cap rooms, and like I I never thought I would see any bands like that outside of maybe like, oh, fucking Deftones are taking out, and they took out Drug Church recently, but like, let's say White Pony era Deftones were like, hey, we're gonna take out Strife, and then you see Strife uh, at a 2,000 cap with a barrier. Like just for a wild ass example, like when Will Haven and Snapcase actually did go out with Deftones, I assume that's what they also saw years ago.
Yeah.
So you're right. I want to if I feel the urge to stage dive, if I want to get up there, I don't want that separation. Uh I don't want to get the shit kicked out of me by seven people that like have affliction tattoos. I don't
Yep.
want that energy. Uh and at the same time, like the small DIY venues, nothing against them as someone who has been going to them for years, the sustainability for them, especially now, is so low. Even house shows have really dropped off for an
Yeah, you're
unfortunate
not.
way.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, unfortunately, we have these like massive corporations like Live Nation that like are making sure that like they're not sucking all the air out of the room. Like they're just making sure it all belongs to them, and you have to like they'll charge you a premium to breathe it. Like
Did
you know,
you did you did you
um,
deal with that at the Converge show? Was there any of that for? Did you have to deal with that bullshit at the show?
oh yeah, the Fillmore wanted fully $50 additional after like the $50 after fees for my ticket if I wanted to stand in the balcony.
Miss me, miss me.
Like there was seating up there, and like the additional $50 didn't even guarantee you a seat. It just gave you access to the area where the seats are.
You can't tell, but I'm
Didn't mean
shaking.
that you were definitely going to get one.
Yo,
It's just,
it's
and for them to like then like screw over Balmora and Spy in terms of like making them sound terrible. Like, it's just, man, it's real gross. Like, I understand to a certain extent, like, yeah, dude, I paid $8 for my liquid death, right? Like, I understand that because, like, you know, gotta make money somewhere. But man, some of that other stuff is just bullshit. I hate it. And I know it's about a different, like, a fully, like, fundamentally, like I said, like, next week they have fucking Band of Horses, right? Like, a bunch of millennial wine moms are fucking stoked. Um, and they're gonna go and they're gonna go to a concert and they're gonna have a wonderful time that they'll tell everybody else about at the office on Monday. But like when I'm used to going to shows, not concerts, like anytime I have to go to a huge venue like that, it is always like very much just like hold my nose. I'm here because like this is where like the bands I love happen to be playing, and there's not much I can do about that. But like I don't want to go there unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, I've been to that venue only a few times since moving to Philly. Yeah, like that's where Poise the Wells played the last few times they've come through. I think maybe there was one time when they played at Union Transfer, which is a venue I actually really really like. But like that was a big reason why I didn't bother to go see them. Was just like I don't want to deal with this. If they're in a smaller room, maybe, but like I'm all I'm
So
especially
if
because like I saw pictures of them at Preserving Underground like a few days ago, and that looked like a blast. Because that's like a DIY venue. Like,
yep, and there's two levels to it. There's the downstairs one where I saw Shai Halud. Then there's the big room upstairs, which I that was not where the show was, unfortunately. But I've not been there. But I know that AJ's put in a lot of work to make that, and I've seen some pictures from that show, that venue, and when it's wild as fuck. So shout out AJ and Preserving, real quick. Let them know, give them some love. Do you think that like I know we talk about like the barrier to entry to this is really low. Uh, is the cost to entry now becoming such a gigantic factor, or is it just the natural progression with the times, with inflation and the economy, or is it just ridiculously too costly to be into a lot of the stuff musically that we're into, like between merch, going to shows, ticket prices, fees, parking, food, records, fucking
mhm.
$50 to stand to go up on the
I
goddamn
mean, the
balcony.
DIY, yeah, I think to a certain extent, like the DIY spaces are gonna still DIY, but um, it feels like what is missing is like in the rest of like in the rest of society, like there is a vanishing middle class for hardcore. Like, does that make sense?
A little bit. Go a little deeper on that.
Like it feels like so the first few times that I saw Drain um were at the church. Right? Like the very first time I saw Drain, they played on the floor.
Shit.
Um next time yeah. I think this is before they had an LP out. I'm relatively certain. But then the next time I saw them at the church, they played on the stage. And then like the next time they came through, they played at Union Transfer, which is like a it's a bigger professional venue. It's like of that size. It's my favorite um venue here in town. That's not the church, but it was like I saw them at the church a few times, and then the next time they came through, like they were at a bigger venue with a barrier, and like it just feels like is there no is there no in between here? Like,
Might have an
I don't
answer
know.
to
I
that.
mean, okay.
So the answer to this is the soon like the quickly fading uh 5 to 800 cap rooms in that smaller range to where it's like still it's still DIY. but it's still DIY. But they have money. Like they got a few dollars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I know
Yeah,
there's no touch of Satan poster for you. It's the ghost. Don't worry. Uh,
I'm not worried
like
about it.
I happen to work at a venue here in where I live in Greenville at Radio Room. It's a 500 cap. When I look back at my hardcore time overall, the vast majority of my shows that I've been to were uh, the the 3 to 500 cap rooms, like Tremont Music Hall uh, was a big one for me in Charlotte. Um, in Asheville, we had Ziggy's and Brouhaha's, even 533 Uprising / Pablo's, which was a very DIY venue, but they ran it really well. Just Cat's Cradle in Carborough. In Pittsburgh, I had Laga, I had Graffiti, and those are the higher end. I had The World, uh, 123 Pleasant Street in Morgantown, which became bigger. I saw those house shows, but I've not seen a lot of the 500 caps really kind of be around. Like it's either tiny
Mm-hmm.
or there's a comma in there. And I think that middle ground is where you may, at least for me, that's where I had the most fun. Even the second Ground Zero and Uncle Doctor's, there was still community like we talk about, both on here and off air. And also there's like there might be security chuds, but there's a good chance they're the security chuds that you saw at the hardcore show playing last weekend. So they're not going to be like there's no affliction tattoos. Uh, there might be a
Yeah.
hate breed tattoo, but there's no affliction tattoos. And it I I think the thing that's dying out as what we like becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and it goes from just lifestyle and movement to more genre, is that the things that we're losing are those mid-sized rooms. At least where I live, I know there's other places like, bro, we have a million of them. Just based on where I've lived, I can probably count on my hands and my toes how many venues I used to frequent that are just gone that were in that size. So it's
Mm.
you know, I think if those venues can be more sustained, if people would book more shows and help those venues grow, as far as like be able to pay rent, and in the case of like South Carolina, because we have the SC venue crisis because of the insane liquor liability. Interesting case. That's why we've lost venues here in this state. I know other states are wanting to start
Mm.
adapting the same thing, but I am seeing that if we can have those without the insanity of like wild ass insurance, if we can have it without like insane extra fees, I'll be okay with a barrier here and there. But I would like to have my 5 to 800 cap room shows back. I would like to see those more plentiful. I want to see the bands make money, but I also like
Yeah, for sure.
play the big shows, but play some of the small shows too. We're in a C market. Play the C market. We will come out, I promise you. We don't have a lot of entertainment options.
Yeah, I don't like. The last thing I want this to sound like is that like I begrudge bands for like getting big. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. Like I'm like I want these bands to succeed. I want them to do well. Like I want them to. It just bums me out to see that like there's this vanishing class of venue. You know, I think probably some of that is like one, it was driven by COVID. You know, and I think two, it's also driven by something like Live Nation that is like buying up whatever venues they can and trying to like force smaller people out. Um, make sure that they're the only game in town. Um, we used to have functional antitrust laws in this fucking country.
What?
Um,
What, the Sherman Antitrust Act?
thank you, Reagan.
Fuck Ronald
Fuck
Reagan.
you, Reagan.
Fuck
Yeah,
Ronald
fuck Ronald
Reagan.
Reagan forever. The last New Deal president we had was goddamn Nixon. Sorry.
Ugh. That schnoz. Ugh. That chin.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Well, he started the EPA. Fun fact. Anyways, but yeah, I would love to see more venues that are independent that can do things their way that aren't gonna aren't forced to charge people like obscene amounts of money in ticket fees, aren't trying to like upcharge someone for a premium experience of standing at a slightly elevated place and maybe having a place to sit down. Like,
No, and I think it's hard to find those venues. It's hard to support those venues. I don't mean as like not going to see them, not give them money, but it's hard to support those venues because I don't think people understand the power of those venues. Um, they just see a dollar amount, and this is where
mm-hmm,
this is where I get on my little high horse. Local bands, you want to start having these bigger shows? Start making friends with the 500 to 800 cap room venues. You want to start pushing out like your own little fests? Do it there. Do it places that will still like have the sound quality and the parking and like
mm-hmm.
maybe they have a kitchen. You still get everything you want. You may not even have a barricade. You're going to have a better time than you think you would. And I'm saying that as because one, I work in one of those places, but two, like yeah, you may have a bunch of like alt country acts or like I don't know a Grateful Dead cover band. Kill me, and but you're still going to get those great hardcore
How
shows
can you cover a jam band?
poorly,
Sorry.
poorly. Hey, I found out that Jerry Garcia died. I never would have thought that health nut would have kicked the bucket. Figured he'd be around for forever. They had that one song on the radio. I'll give him that. Every Grateful Dead
I
listener
I don't
is seething right now.
I don't think I've ever listened to a note, as at least not on purpose. Not my train to get on. You know what I mean?
Uh, I have unfortunately been around a lot of that stuff. Now I'm not even trying to cool guy. I have worked at the Grateful Dead cover band show, and I was like, man, I really envy deaf people right now. That's how I felt the entire time. So it was audible AIDS. I hated it so much.
Nothing quite like a concert that makes you go, you know what's really nice? Silence.
Oh Jesus Christ! It's awful. Fuck a jam band.
I don't.
If you're a bluegrass band, don't be a jam band bluegrass band because I can only take so much picking at one time before I start throwing fries at you. It gets to be a bit much. My patience is only so thin and so thick.
Uh, I I don't want to sound like too much of a hater, but like, and I understand that I listen to the screamy caveman music, but like, dude, like, yo, you know that Kyle Kinane bit? It's like there's one jam band. They're called Noodly Loo and the Turd Herders, and it's just four guys that don't know how to end a song.
They're all stepdads. They got cargo shorts. Yep.
Yep.
Great special. I might put that on when we get off while I fold laundry. That's I love Kyle Kinane.
I He's my favorite stand-up comedian. I gotta
Sweet
say.
baby angel. Love him so much. Yeah, there's definitely I think out of all the episodes, this is probably the most hate thrown out there. It, relatively positive show, but goddamn, let us get one off every once in a while. Like it's let us be frustrated.
I don't push pit near me. Don't be a finance bro trying to push pit.
Push pits. I meant to come back to that. I would rather get spin kicked in the fucking head than
Then
like
be aggressively jostled for 30 minutes.
no, like I've been to those mixed bill shows and hardcore kids and like push pitters traditionally used to leave each other alone. But recently, let's say last 15 years, someone throwing a spin kick or jumping around doing some shit, some push pitter just blasts him in the back, and all of a sudden that guy in the air has a broken fucking ankle or a knee or a leg or an arm. Yo, you push me at a push pit, I'm throwing a mule kick back at you. I'm going to make sure you can't have kids. Fuck your penis. I'm going to break it with my heel. I get so angry at push pits. I really do.
Yeah, it definitely they make me irrationally angry. I
I would
don't.
I'd rather drive in Atlanta than like be in a push pit.
Not for me. No. Like they were fun when I was like 16.
Yeah, early on, yeah, they're great. But once you find that thing, it makes you move differently. You don't want to get fucking pushed and like twist an ankle. I'd rather get a
Yep.
broken nose. I'd rather get a cracked rib. You know what I mean? I listen to the dangerous music. I go to the scary place when there's the lights aren't working right. I want to experience all the danger.
Danger, danger. High voltage.
Uh,
Do you
what
ever
a
listen to the
this
Electric Six?
that that, that did you really?
Hmm?
No, that was one of our wedding songs.
What, High
I'm get
Voltage by Electric Six?
yeah, that was one. Yeah, that was one of the. That was one of the. What was your walk down song again? Strange kind of love. That was yours, and mine was a self defense song. It was fuck first song off of Have You Considered Punk Music? The name escapes me off the top of my head, but that was my walk down song
Nice.
because vocal test was too much.
Yeah, you were. I don't think you were gonna get away with vocal test.
That got
Um,
mixed real fast. uh,
Supremacy of pure artistic feeling.
yeah. I didn't want to I didn't want to call it the wrong name. I was like, I just don't remember the name, and I'll leave it at that. But no, it replace dogs with cats, and that's very much uh uh our life, and some of the notes that are touched on in the lyrics are very much a part of me becoming be a better person, a better partner, and like eventually a husband. So there was a
Nice.
lot of lyrical meaning to me that I was like, yo, this one hits. I need to I need to rock with it. So it was a that's one reason why I love that band. They've written songs that for whatever reason seem to hit lyrically with what's going on in some facet of my life. Not every song, not every record, but like every once in a while, they seem to be the most consistent.
You know what song is one of the most resonant for me of self defense songs?
Which
Well,
one?
this is pre self defense. Walter M. Miller Jr. from back in the end of year days. Remember what song I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm trying to go through. It's on Sincerely.
It's not.
No,
It's
no.
on a 7 inch.
Oh, is that the Death Wish 7 inch?
Let me look.
Every single one of these records, and I cannot remember half of the stuff. I am the Patrick of this podcast right now.
Yeah, it's on their self titled 7 inch.
All right, Gray Morrow is my favorite song on that particular 7 inch. The second song.
2009. It's got that weird black and white drawing of like a person. It's like a very weird.
It looks like an Errol Otis D&D drawing to me.
Yeah. But walk 10 years back to your shitty flat Christmas bulbs are only lighting. Marrying age, homeowning age, short straws for all involved, enough bars for a cage.
That's the third song on the record. That's the last song on the 7 inch. Great, great. Honest to God, we'll do a self defense record by record uh eventually, because I think that would be one of the most challenging.
We
That's a
gotta.
two parter. That's a two parter.
That's a
Spend
month, frankly.
spend 30 minutes on the whale sounds 7 inch. I really feel you captured the ocean really good on this song. Um,
What's that record that has? There's one of them that, or is it just a live one where a decent chunk of it is just like recorded banter of Patrick?
Crazy Fest.
Am I making that up? There it
No,
is.
Crazy Fest. Crazy Fest.
That's
Live
just
at
a live
Crazy
record.
Fest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Is that
but also
is Live at Crazy Fest where we got "Life as a Hatebreed" song?
no. That's better. A child should die than be bereft of the gift of subculture. That's where
Okay.
we got that one from. Uh,
Okay. Opposition, overcoming, perseverance, mosh parts. Life is a Hatebreed song. Um.
Shout out Patrick for being a lyrical
Okay.
inspiration.
Well, we are close to 2 hours. You feel like you want to call it?
Yeah, this became much more than we thought it was going to be. It was a good episode. I'm stoked on this.
I'm happy with it. If you've listened this far, God bless you. Thank you so much. And hopefully you'll tune in next week, as I'm sure next week we will definitely talk about the Hellfest lineup.
Yeah, we're going to cover Hellfest next week. It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. Maybe they'll have announced more artists by then.
Yeah, we're waiting. Last few. Who's it going to be?
Last few.
Make it happen. Yeah.
Make it
Uh,
happen.
yeah. Shout out to all the bands we talked about today. If you liked anything we talked about, search them out.
Yeah.
Try
Not
new
no
things.
shout out to any of the bullshit that we talked about. Live
Obviously.
Nation can suck a fuck. I don't care.
How exactly you do this one? Suck a fuck.
Word. Well, I've been Adam. No, I haven't. I've been Kate. Uh,
I, I'm a facsimile of Adam.
I am. Jesus Christ. And with that, we should probably call it because I'm very tired.
Yeah, we're getting to that loopy stage. All right. Peace.
Peace.
That was awesome. That was a good time. I like that.